laptop. And I just clicked on that. It went straight into the settings of it, and I was okay. But now I've lost that. I don't know how to do it. So I'm up a bit of a gum tree at the moment.
All right. Okay.
It's going to take a long time, isn't it, to get everything back on?
Oh yeah. Plus I don't know what I'm doing. Windows 10.
You do really. You do.
I don't. I'm flummoxing about here. I only just got the emails to come up.
All right. Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
Well, I managed to get. I've got a Mac as well, haven't I? Which I've been about. I managed to get your old email back up for this meeting. So I found a number for it. So, yeah. So it's a bit of a game, really.
So we've just got Max coming in now. So. All right. Hi, Max. Don't think he's quite there yet.
Hello.
Hi, Max.
Hi there. Hi.
Hiya.
I'm a bit late. I looked at your message inviting to the meeting, Colin, and there was a Google link on there to start with, and I kept going into the Google link instead of the Zoom link later on in the message.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're all right anyway in the end.
Yeah, with that.
Thanks.
Hi, Dave.
Are you on Windows 10?
Yes.
And what Pinnacle are you using?
15.
Because I've tried to load my Pinnacle 16 onto it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it should go like a dream.
It won't load on. It loads on, then it said there's a problem. You've got to do this and do that. And anyway, if you're doing 15, it should.
Well, whether you need to, what it does do when I went on to Windows 10, it said that there was some drastic updates required on Pinnacle to get it to run. And I kept persevering, and in the end, it let me use 15, but it says that some things won't work, might not work, and various other things. But I don't notice anything that's missing, really.
Well, that's what this said, but it still didn't load up. Oh,
yeah.
All right.
It probably wants about version 20 and upwards, really, because what he wants you to do is to update Pinnacle.
Yeah, I think I will anyway.
Yeah.
Go on to 2021.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Anyway, back to sorry, Colin.
All right. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Any news on Brian?
Only what I sent over when what I said about last time we met. That he wasn't as good. He's gradually deteriorating slowly.
He will do.
But he had COVID. And I don't like to phone Denise too often. So I usually phone her just before we have our meetings on it, just to. She does send her regards to everybody, and but she's got her brother staying with her now, which makes it a lot easier for her. So, but he isn't rallying too much now. I think it's like all people in a home, especially ones with dementia, they can't understand what's happening to them, why they can't meet people or anything.
The other thing, of course, when they're in these places, they don't seem to get any exercise. They're just sat there or lay there all day. And I think that causes a deterioration as well.
That doesn't help, does it?
You don't have to think about anything.
No. They've got no stimulation, have they?
No.
But that's the only update I've got on Brian.
Okay. Right. Shall we start the meeting or?
Yes.
Shall I do the minutes? Read the minutes.
Yes.
Last meeting was the. So I'm going to have to make that a bit bigger so I can read it. That's better. Where's the date? Oh, 2nd of December. Commencing at 8:15. Present were Colin, Pam, David, and Max. Apologies from Denise and Brian. Meeting minutes were of the previous meeting were read and approved. The matters arising. The main purpose of the meeting is to prepare a program to run to April next year. The meetings will continue to be held using Zoom until further notice. Last week, Pam had contacted Denise, who reported that she was recovering from her recent operation. The sad news was that Brian was still very poorly, and although he had some brighter spells and from time to time was unlikely to return home as he needed constant specialist care. Secretary's report, nothing to report. Treasury report, bank statement of the 8th of November 2020 was £509.91. No transactions since the last meeting. Membership report, membership secretary report, nothing to report. Competition secretary report, nothing to report. Committee secretary report, nothing to report. Program secretary report, the committee discussed a number of suggestions which were submitted. Club website will be used to publish the agreed program. So the program for January to March was 13th of January, the how to upload a video, your videos to YouTube, Dave and YouTube tutorial showing a selection of Syriac composition entries. January 27th, technical talk from Max. February the 10th, showing trial footage on YouTube from each member to make sure we're ready for the competition. Show some member films. Then 24th of February, competition to be shown on YouTube plus members' films. March the 10th, we got Vimeo films from Pam. March 24th to be announced. Other business. During the meeting, we managed to find a way of showing both higher quality video and better, louder sound. Dave will get us all up to scratch on January the 13th, and practicing for showing films later, later films. That's it. Nothing to report from the website report. Date of next meeting was to be announced. Meeting closed at 9:45. So we're very happy with those minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll approve those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Obviously, we give apologies to Denise and Brian again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, any matters arising? Are you all right planned for next week?
I'm not going to be ready for next week.
Shall we
I wanted to try and get another film onto the Vimeo because the two films that I've got on Vimeo, they were shown before, weren't they? A while when we first were attempting to do the Zoom, and I didn't want to put them, and I wanted to try and get a new one on to make, because they're only 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So I haven't had the opportunity to get another one on. But if we haven't got anything else,
well, Dave, you've managed to get a lot of the films from the archive on, haven't you, or onto YouTube?
I don't know at the moment because the PC's up the wall, isn't it?
All right, yeah. On our website, there's quite a few, isn't there? Sorry, on our YouTube channel, there's quite a few, isn't there?
Yeah, I think there's about 20. Yeah, on the YouTube channel. You're
so
right.
Shall we view a few of those?
Yeah, you can.
yes, yeah.
Are they ours, Dave? Are they our films, or are they
No,
the
they're
Syriac?
ones you gave me. Syriac, is it?
They're Syriac ones, yeah.
There's about 20 of them.
Yeah, I can find those. I could only find about sort of six or seven of our own films, and most of those are Steve's.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. No, I recorded the Zoom from last week, and I put it on YouTube, but it goes on my channel. I can't get it on. Whatever I do, I can't get it onto the Bournemouth Video Club one.
Yeah, I think you see that's the problem I'm getting, is putting it on to the Bournemouth Video Club, and it's going into mine, not the Bournemouth Video Club.
So
Yeah.
I can give you a link for link, but it's actually hosted on mine.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have the same trouble with tonight's recording. I can record it and put it onto YouTube, but it's going to go onto my channel.
I can't get it on our channel.
Yeah. So can I give you a link at some stage to transfer it onto the Bournemouth Video Club one?
Yeah, send me the link or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll get this working.
Yeah.
I can do it.
I've managed to get Bill's film. You know how when we showed Bill's film, the Morning is Broken. I've got that onto YouTube, but again, it's gone onto my channel.
Oh.
So we will be able to show it better next time. So as to the 24th of March, obviously we said last week we moved that competition until then. So that would fill that date in.
And that would be the last one before Easter, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we've also got to think about the programme for the future, haven't we? So
yeah. So the 24th of March, of course, is the
but that's Masters of Rising anyway. So we're going to change Masters of Rising. We're going to change the next week's from Pam to Syriac, basically.
Yeah.
In the absence of anything else. Okay. So let's go to Secretary's report next.
Yeah, well, there's nothing to report on the Secretary's report. I didn't realise that this was going to be a proper committee meeting. I thought it was an intermediate one.
Again, the main reason for the meeting is to get the programme together. But
but what I can do, it won't take me a moment. I can go upstairs and get the Treasurer's report get the latest bank statement. Yeah. I don't think it's changed actually, but won't be a sec. Don't take long.
That's all right. Sorry, I thought perhaps we ought to do it formally, but
oh yes, I think it's a good idea to do it formally because it is a committee meeting as such, isn't it?
Yeah, I like to feel it is a committee meeting as well. Yeah, because we haven't had one since December, have we? So
no, we haven't. No, so it's 3 months, isn't it? So
yeah. Now I've written out the dates.
Oh right, goody guns.
Now we've got to remember the 19th of March. We're joining Winbourne.
Yeah.
So we want to remember that. I will put a reminder out to everybody.
What date is that?
19th of March, Friday the 19th.
Right. Treasurer's report.
Okay.
The latest bank statement is the 8th of Feb. The next one will be the 8th of March.
Right.
But £509.91.
That's the same as November then.
So yeah, it's unchanged.
Yeah.
Don't forget though, Colin, you've had some expense on getting this Zoom sorted out. So you must let me know what we know you for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I
did, while we're talking about expenses and things, I did call by Pelham's yesterday and today.
Okay.
Yesterday there was some people outside because they do COVID testing there now.
All right. Okay.
And I asked them if the office staff ever turn up, and she said yes. A few times a week, the girl comes in first thing in the morning, and she flurries around for about an hour and disappears.
Okay.
So they said they'd pass a message on to say that I was asking after her and could we make a contact.
Okay. Yeah.
So really, nobody knows what's happening down there then.
Not really. There is another organisation that does use a room, but it might be something to do with health. It might not be just. I don't think they're allowed to just have a general meeting.
No.
But when we do start, the thing to remember is that we'll have that big room and there's about 8 of us.
Yeah.
We can space ourselves out a bit.
I can't remember. Do we actually meet in July or?
No,
well, we normally go to roughly about the end of June.
The end of June, maybe,
Sometimes the first week in
July.
July,
Because I looked at the regulations for the government, step 4 was not before the 21st of June.
Oh, so we just miss it.
And we would have a meeting on the 23rd of June.
Mind you, that's, the summer break is self-imposed by us.
Yeah.
And if we felt that we've been without a meeting for so long, we could ask Bellams, if they start up, if we can run through the summer on.
Yeah.
So, we could
that could be a thought. Let's just go, let's carry on the meeting for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll then go to the program in a minute. But that, right. That's certainly a thought anyway, isn't it? So
yeah.
What I was going to do next? So we've done treasurer's report, membership secretary.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I have to report is that we lost Laurie through illness.
Yeah.
He's passed away, so we're one less member, and Brian and Denise are not coming as members anymore because of Brian's ill health, and Denise not wanting to rejoin because it was Brian's hobby, not hers. So we are very much shorter on members, and with Peter dying too earlier in the year, our membership has gone right down. And as you were saying, there's about 8 of us, I think, at the moment, between 8 and 10. Yeah.
Still, I think we've had some good meetings, haven't we? And
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to carry on, I think.
Well, it keeps everybody in touch with what they're doing and what's happening, isn't it?
Competition secretary report. Well, presumably nothing to report. We did obviously try to run the competition, but we did a dry run of it. Let's say that.
Dry run. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously we're going to try again. The one thing I wanted to mention about the competitions was, does anybody know what Peter did? When he stopped doing he did a certificate, didn't he?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we know where that? If anybody's got that format for that certificate?
Unfortunately, if I'd have known, because before lockdown, I was seeing his wife Anne, and she was asking if there was. She said she'd got rid of everything, and was there anything that the club wanted? Because she said there's nothing much here anyway, and it's all old stuff. So I said, well, I don't know. And it got us as far as it got then, because then we had lockdown.
Yeah.
What I could do, I'm not very good at sort of doing proper official forms and so on, but I can cobble up a very good copy in Word. And if I look at 1 or 2 of the old certificates, I might be able to replicate it very closely.
Yeah.
That would be good, Max.
Yeah, I'll have a go at that. Yeah.
Because that's really what we could then, when we run the competition, we could at least give them a certificate.
Yeah.
So I think that would be still nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's nice just to have that little certificate to say what you've done.
Yeah.
But I know I tried to ring Anne not long after the COVID lockdown started, and I was getting no reply. And I wondered if she decided to go and stay with her daughter as a family group.
Yeah, she might have done. Okay. For that, yes, Max, if you could have a look at that, that'd be appreciated.
Right, I'll do that.
Yeah. Equipment secretary report, presumably nothing to report, presumably.
No.
No. Secretary report.
I mean, not for now, but sometime in the not too distant future, I think we really ought to have an equipment review and just have another relisting.
Yeah.
We should. There's a lot we won't be able to sort out until Pelham's opens again.
Yeah.
But then we should go through the list that we've got and see if we can still sort of see where everything is. So, and then we need to nominate another designated equipment secretary.
Did Peter have any very much stuff at home, or did he?
Not really. There was a little box there that you let me have, Pam. There was a number of club DVDs and things and CDs, show reels. There was a voice recorder. It might have been a microphone.
Nothing else then. Most of it's
Nothing. Yeah, I think he'd unloaded most of the stuff to Pelhams and so on. Yeah.
I've got the Blu-ray recorder.
Right.
Blu-ray.
Yeah. Well, that can come up later, Dave, when we do a listing.
It's here.
Okay. Right.
So program secretary report. You said you can't get to the website at the moment, Dave, didn't you?
The website is defunct at the moment. Well, you'll still get the website, but I can't put anything on it or take anything off.
No.
I need to get hold of Steve and see how I can get into the workings of it.
Okay.
As I say, I've just had an icon, which I'm not sure how it got there. And I just click on that and I could then do it, but I lost all that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you be happy to contact Steve at some stage?
Oh yeah, I'll sort it out with him.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, can we just go back to equipment again? Just one little comment there. There was a question of Denise raised about did anybody want to take on Brian's computer, his editing computer for we used to make his films on. But I did establish that I'm not sure if it isn't just Windows XP on it. He didn't want anything new, so he insisted that he had it loaded on with an old program, and I don't think he ever connected it to the internet. So it's a Windows XP which won't operate much at all these days. Yeah. And it was quite an oldish version of Pinnacle he was using, I think. Well, something like 12.
No, he was using 16.
16 was it?
Yeah, he was using the same as mine.
Oh right. Oh well, that's not too bad then.
Yeah.
But it was based on so because I said to Denise what basic program it was set up and running on and whether it had been updated, and she really thought it was XP, and and that he had it disconnected from the internet.
Yeah,
so
the internet on it, no.
Yeah, so I don't think it's likely to do a lot. I don't know what the memory size is, whether it will take a program. Trouble is that if you went out and thought you wanted to buy Windows 10 is a new standalone thing, quite expensive, I think. I know if I don't think you can buy Word anymore, but Word itself was over 120 £120.
Yeah.
I managed to get a student version of Word years ago with 3 copies on it, and that was about 85-90. So it costs a lot to set these things up. When you buy a new computer, you get a lot of these things at a big discount price, although you don't know it. They load it on and they don't charge you full price, I'm sure.
I can't think of anybody who'd want it at the moment, really.
Well, I've said to Denise that I'd register an interest in it, only because when I was shocked when I realised how old the operating program was. But I would like to set up and use I've got an old copy of Pinnacle, which I know, and I've got a movie box translator, if you like, and I should be able to translate the analog into the old Pinnacle. But I need an old computer to do it because it won't work on my Windows 10. So I might use it just as a converter until I got all my old films digitized. Yeah,
that would work because he's got, as I say, he's got Windows 16 running on it because I was to go and help him. So if you're going to use it like that, it would be okay. Well, it'd be okay for running Windows 16.
Yeah, that sounds all right. If
it's not worth it'd be a shame to actually throw it away, wouldn't it?
Well, it would, but if you stop and think that if you got to put Windows on it and possibly Word on it, it would probably cost you about £300 in software.
Yeah.
So
rather get rid of it, just throw it away, then have it and see what you can do with it, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, on the other hand, you could just use it as a memory bank, the backup.
I need a backup.
You need a backup. Yeah.
It'd be a big backup, a big box for a backup.
Well, I know he used to have a hard drive, a backup hard drive, didn't he? So
yeah. I mean, if all comes to all, one could always just take the hard drive out, clean it, which it'd probably be cleaned anyway, and put it in a caddy and just use it as a flying lead backup disk, whatever. But that means the rest of the computer's going. Anyway, that's another story. We'll decide what we can do for Denise at a bit later stage. She said she didn't want to do anything at the moment, but
no, because of
she'll contact me or the rest of us as well later on when things are easier. Yeah.
So
Okay.
should we go on to the dates now then?
Right.
So we've just discussed the 10th of March. We're going to show some of the archive films, the Sariak films, instead of Pam's Vimeo. 19th of March. Just mention what Matt was out. We're going to join Winborn that night.
Right.
So we need to work out at some stage what we're going to show Winborn.
Yes.
No, I'm still struggling trying to get to find my films. I've got the same problem as Pam has, that I can get the films onto what I think is the Bournemouth website, or not the Bournemouth YouTube site, yeah, and it shows the film there, but only under my personal listing on that site, and it shows me the films and it shows me the links. And if I press those, it'll play. But if I try to transfer the link anywhere, I just don't get on at all. I just cannot get that link out. If I copy the link meticulously and then type the link in separately, it just says it don't know what I'm talking about. it just ignores me. So
if you put it into...
We got to show your film eventually, didn't we, Max, last week?
I don't know.
I we did eventually, yes.
Well, there was a it should have shown the Duchess logo at Swanage, and I only did that because the first film I put on, I got some music on, and I got a message back to say that they didn't like the copyright music. So the next one I put on, it's just playing the film. Just the film sounds, there's no music, and at the moment there's no comment either. So it's just a plain film. It's just a demo film really for about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But so there's no objection to it playing anywhere really, but I still can't transfer it.
No, the reason is you need to put it into the chat box of Zoom. Right? You're transferring it into whatever you want to transfer it into.
Yeah.
And the chat box of Zoom. Is that right, Colin?
Yeah, I thought we've got. You've got to type it into the chat box of Zoom so that people can see it, see what the link is. That's the idea, isn't it?
Yeah, it's no good putting it anywhere else.
I think one of my problems really is that I got the film on the PC, and all the Zoom stuff is on the iPad.
Yeah.
So I can't get the film from one to the other because I've got on the PC.
You can't copy between two PC, two devices basically. Yeah.
No, I'm stuck in the middle. But I'm still trying to find a way out. I might even contact some of the whiz kids at Wimborne to see if they can help out.
The other worry is that you don't hear any sound.
Well, yeah, that's another story. But it's very, very faint. If I turn everything up to maximum, I can just about hear it. Yeah.
Oh, so you can hear something.
Yeah, there's something there, but it's probably about 15 or 20% volume.
On your iPad, what browser does it play in? Safari or Safari. Yeah. Because I was blaming YouTube, but I thought I went out for a walk the next day, and I thought, well, it's probably not YouTube. It's probably it's probably the browser that's probably playing up.
Might be.
But I had it practice the next day, but I couldn't get it to. I couldn't find any settings that that need to be altered. It works.
Yeah.
Sound always works on my iPad.
Just out of interest, Pam, did you say you had trouble with the sound level? Was your sound faint?
No, mine came over when I managed to get it very loud.
Oh.
Very loud.
That's.
Oh no, Pam, was that on the laptop?
Yeah, when I managed to get a film to show, it came out very loud.
That's on the laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Barry had trouble on the iPad as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
The last time he used it, he had earphones in.
Did it make much difference?
He said it was a little bit better, but not very good.
Yeah, not brilliant.
This is what I've got to work on. I've got to try to get it so that when I show the film, that it doesn't either deafen everybody or like you're having with too quiet. But at the moment, mine's coming out very loud.
I think all you can do is when you're making the film and putting it on, put the film on at your normal level of about sort of 0 dB or just above, which is about the same level as the TV. And then it's the people with their computers and receivers that have got the problem.
Yeah.
Then nobody gets deafened.
We'll get there in the end. Keep trying. The more you try, the more you do, the better you get.
That's right.
So going back to the dates, 24th of March, we're going to try and run the competition again.
Yeah.
Okay. For the next date will be the 14th of April. Then the 28th of April. The 12th of May. The 26th of May. The 9th of June. And the 23rd of June. Now, I said that the government website says that things are really won't be kind of opening up really fully until the 21st of June at the earliest. I would still think we would need to we want to do Zoom on that 23rd of June. But I would like to feel that perhaps in July, if things work out all right, we could perhaps try and meet up somewhere, perhaps and have a cream tea or something like that, and an outing.
Yeah.
So I think perhaps we ought to think about perhaps weekend, either Saturday or Sunday in July. That if everything goes well, we went out for a federal. I actually made my little film of the mill stream, and showed that last week. I think, Max, you were trying to find something while it played it.
Yeah.
Hammond obviously already gone. But I thought that was a lovely evening.
That was when we went down and by the river and across the bridge.
Right, yes, yeah.
Right.
That I didn't really film anything on the Windbourne one. I didn't think the Windbourne was. I didn't find the right place for Windbourne.
There wasn't a lot to do at Windbourne. No.
Nothing against it. It was a nice evening again, but that Millstream one was really lovely, I thought.
Yeah, that was nice.
One of the best bits which we didn't film when we were at Wimborne, I think Pam and I were standing outside the Minster, and the vicar came out and he gave a chat all about the building and its history.
That was a nice talk, but
I
don't know whether you would have filmed it. Well, I wouldn't have probably filmed it, but it was a nice chat with him.
Yeah. But I missed. I should have left the sound on.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I haven't looked at that footage, and I can't remember whether we had sound or not. Whether Derek filmed it, because Derek usually films these sort of things, but whether he just didn't think about it or not, I don't know.
So really, come July, we ought to be thinking about whether we're going to try and get Parliaments for the start of the new season, or as to what how things are, and it'd be nice perhaps to try and make an outing somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, by then all of us will have had their jab, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like
it will be a matter of what will be open for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Where was that?
Pelhams.
Oh, Pelhams, yeah.
Yeah. So
Anybody,
if they're open, we should take advantage so that we can sort of have a little catch up before September.
but can anybody think of a nice venue where we could have something like a cream tea and sit out?
You need somewhere not too far away.
No.
Somewhere.
But would also be scenic to take if anybody wants to take a bit of film.
There's Christchurch, which is quite a scenic little town.
Mm-hmm.
There's cafes there. You can have cream teas. Where else is there?
Well, there's the boathouse, which is by Christchurch Quay, isn't there?
Yeah, and there's Poole. I mean, all along by the waterfront there.
Mm.
But I think they tend to they don't do cream teas so much.
Well, I'm sure we'll think of somewhere between now and then. You know, we'll come up with a list of different places, because we've got to find out who's gone out of business and who's still open.
Yeah.
True. It's true.
Yeah.
I think some of the hospitality places can open before then. I have got. So I've been looking at the website. But it looks like most things aren't. But well, of course, this is only how things will go, how things run, isn't it? It says not before 21st of June. Not before 17th of May. This means that legal restrictions for meeting will be lifted. So you might be able to do something outside then, but I think we'd better wait till June, perhaps. But anyway, that's my thoughts anyway on that.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
So I think it'd be nice, to try and meet before the start of the new year.
Yeah. As a going on from there, back last summer, my wife helped organise for the Women's Institute a fish and chip supper.
Yeah.
And they went, no, it was during the day, but they went to one of the hotels in the town. And they said it was absolutely brilliant. The price was really no different to a chippy shop, but you had to sit down and they made you had as much coffee as you wanted. There was bread and butter and various other bits and pieces, and it made you feel very welcome. And they all thoroughly enjoyed it. So if anybody felt like a fish and chip meal, that could be all right. We could organise.
The only thing is it doesn't encourage filming at the same time.
No, but maybe we just we need a bit of social get together again and chat, a bit of relaxing chat, because we haven't had that for a year.
No, I just felt that my idea was perhaps that would encourage them to also try and make a film as well as that social contact as well.
Well, we'll try and think of a venue for that as well, because if something comes up, then that'll be ideal.
It's all good ideas. So shall we try and fill in some of these dates? Now,
what sort of thing are we interested in? I mean, we've got watching films and we've got competition. I mean, maybe somewhere in May time we could do with another competition, May or early June. Do we want to have a specific target for a competition, like 60 seconds or something, or do we just want another free range competition, which is always easier and you get more results?
Yeah, free competition, I think.
Okay. Yeah. There's nothing to stop anyone doing a short one if they want. Just popping it in.
Right.
But just to keep the minimum, the maximum of the film to be no more than 6 minutes, as per normal.
Yeah. As normal. There's no minimum. You can just maximum 6 minutes. Yeah.
The other thing is, of course, we used to run, was it sound to the film? Do we want
Sorry, Colin?
You're talking about music to my video.
Music to my video.
Yeah, yeah.
Would that be a good idea? Because if people feel that it's difficult to go out and film at the moment, if we gave them some video, they could at least put the sound on at home.
Mm.
Well, that's raw footage you're talking about, Colin.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So if if somebody donates some raw footage and we see what we can make of it.
Mm.
And if you go down that route, it's better to have a little mix of footage rather than just one shot, so that we can add bits in or leave bits out, and you can change the theme somehow.
Mm.
Whereas if it's all shot in one location, everybody's film is more or less governed by where you are.
I'm just thinking that the restriction, like, yes, I go out for a walk for like an hour and a half a day, but I don't take a camera. Well, I take my phone with me, but I don't go out filming because I don't know whether, we're encouraged to go out for exercise, but I don't know how the police would look on it for filming outside at the moment.
I think it's not so much the filming outside. I think it's if you're filming people.
Yeah.
I think that's where you've got to be careful when we're in public places.
But as the time moved on, yes, we could perhaps do another competition like that. But I wonder whether the music to my video, rough footage, whatever, would be a better idea, because we can give them the footage for them to put the sound on.
Yes, that'd be better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we say something like the 12th of May would be rough footage?
Okay.
Yeah, it means that whoever's going to donate the footage has got to get cracking to get it issued. Just give us a chance to do the editing and choose the music.
Yeah. So, well, we've got 2 months, haven't we? Well, almost 2 months.
Yeah. So, what we really need is you need at least 4 weeks when you get the raw
how
footage.
would you get the rough footage to them? That's the thing.
Well, one of the ways, the easiest way, is to just put it on a DVD.
And post it out to them.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's probably the easiest way.
But the trouble is, if you've got an iPad, you can't. I mean, my laptop, I've got one of the old ones, so I can put a DVD into my laptop, and the film will come up on the laptop.
Yeah.
But my iPad, there is absolutely no way that I can copy a DVD onto it.
Yeah, yeah.
If we put
or even a memory stick.
If we put it on YouTube,
if we do the rough footage, make the rough footage and put it onto YouTube, and then get it off of YouTube.
What format would it be on in YouTube then?
MP4 presumably.
Would it degrade the picture at all by the time you got it off and processed it again?
Yeah, but we're not judging it on the picture, are we? We're judging it on.
Yes, we shouldn't be judging on the picture. We should be judging it on music to video.
Yeah, but if you put it on YouTube and then we take it off YouTube and further process it and put it back on YouTube to show it, you might end up with quite a poorly old picture.
No, it's not bad.
Is it?
I don't think it would degrade that much, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But again, I say, is it rough footage or is it music to my video? I think it's music to my video, not rough footage. Because rough footage, wasn't it? You edited it, didn't you?
Music to my video was where you did your own filming and you put your music to your video, and you were judged on how well. But you had to do more than one piece of music. A lot of people didn't seem to grasp the idea that it was not just one piece. You had to have 2 or 3 pieces of music to show how you could blend them in.
That's right. You could change the mood and blend it in. And show the control of sound, really. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And we've all got bits of footage we could put music to. So, I mean, that stands a better chance than raw footage, I think, at the moment, with the timescales. And you don't have to be bothered with the circulation of some raw footage to people.
No.
So music to my video sounds a better option to me.
Okay.
What day we can go for
music to our video? Do we say music to our video?
music to our video, music to my video.
So we get them the video, and they've got to put the music on.
No, they can do their own.
No, you use your own video.
Okay.
We're judging. You're judging on the way they blend their music and how it is to the film. The only stipulation was that there should be no background music in the film.
Okay.
Yeah, no ambient sound. You mean?
No ambient sound. Yeah.
Maximum time?
6 minutes.
Yeah.
6 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. So I think when we send out details on that, we'll just remind people then.
Yeah.
No background music.
What date are we going to use for that one?
12th of May, you said, isn't it?
12th of May.
12th of May.
No. So what about now? A short film competition on the 9th of June. By which time regulations may allow people to do a bit more filming.
Yeah. Well, when you say a short film, what you got in mind?
Well, you were suggesting like a minute film, weren't you?
Yeah, actually, it sounds a piece of cake, but it's very difficult to produce a film that only lasts 60 seconds and has got a little message or tells a story without it looking like a lot of quickie shots.
Shall we try
it's the skills you need are sort of skills that you see these advertisers use on the television, because they can put a whole little thing over in about 20 seconds. But you try and do it in a minute, and it's very, very difficult. So I think I'd have a go at that 60-second film.
What Wimborne did was do an advert.
Yeah.
An advert. How about that?
Well, it's easier just to start off with, just to do a short film.
Well, it is, because I over the years I've often spent weeks thinking of an advert and never come up with anything. It's getting the idea. Getting the idea. But if it's 60 seconds of anything, but trying to put a little sort of a snapshot over. Make a location look attractive, as though you think, oh yeah, well, I'd like to go there. That sort of thing, like a holiday advert in a way.
Yeah. So we say maximum 60 seconds.
Yeah. So basically, short film, 60-second film, wouldn't it be? Yeah.
And we'd say that's the 9th of June.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's two things that's two competitions. And I say we've got March and April to advertise it. Now what about in between?
Anybody prepared to do a little technical talk or something?
I was going to ask you if you wanted to do another one.
Well, what I could do, I noticed there's another IIC magazine out on the internet, as well as the printed one that comes out, and I could look through there and see if there's any latest subjects coming up that's suitable for talking about, either new ideas or a review of something. I could go through that. Yeah, you can put me down for a day if you like.
What's that for, May? Is that for May?
Well, April or May.
Okay.
What about Pam? We moved your Vimeo night.
Yeah.
But do you still want to do something like that? Or don't you think it's enough to it? You said you've only got 6 films or something like that?
No, I've only got about 3 films.
3 films, yeah?
And they're only 6 minutes.
Okay.
So the only thing I can think of is that if I can get through, what I've got to do is I've also got to get Derek's computer up and running properly, because it hasn't been used for 4 years. Needs a lot of work redoing it. The internet needs changing. His emails seem to have hundreds of emails, and I need to do that. And I think that if I was going to do something like that, I would prefer to do it. I'm hoping my nephew's going to come down sometime in the next couple of months and have a look at it and sort it for me, so that I could do that towards the end of sort of June time, end of June.
All right.
23rd of June.
Yeah, I could do that then. By that time, I will have got some film up
We
together.
say that for the 23rd of June then?
Yes, yes, I shall definitely be ready, because I want to. I've made a decision.
We'll probably need to have another meeting before then, but
Yeah.
Okay. So going back to Max then, do you want to do the 14th of April, the 28th of April?
Give me more time to do the 28th of April if you can, if I can manage that. Yeah.
Okay. So 14th of April is the next date. We've had the competition the week before. Yeah, sorry, the fortnight before. So any ideas for the 14th of April?
I can do possibly a tech talk on a gimbal.
Yeah.
Which I have recently purchased.
All right. Mm.
Oh, right. Gimbal Dave.
Yeah. Yeah.
So should we say that's Dave on that night then?
So that's the 14th of April for Dave's.
Yeah.
Yeah, put me down for that.
So the only other date we've got is the 26th of May. Any thoughts on that?
Well, these although we've got these dates down here for whatever we're going to do, we can always fill in with these Syriac films, can't we?
Oh yeah. So if we haven't got enough time, but it's nice if nice if everywhere to go, isn't it? And
yeah, I think so. 26th of May is what we've got left, isn't it?
That's the only one.
Yeah, the thing is, on the 12th of May, we've got Music to My Video competition, as a film. And then on the 9th of June, we've got the short film, the 60-second video. It might pay to do something in between, like the Syriac, because that way it gives people that are trying to edit and do films ready for the competitions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you do that, can't we?
Just a thought. This coming Friday, I noticed on the Wimborne Club, they might be talking about the future of the club. Well, I know they've got a visiting group on Zoom, and the visiting group are showing their films. But the leader has shown. He sent a sort of a questionnaire idea of what people think of the future of their club. And different ideas that they can have to keep the club going and so on. Now, when we have our meeting with them, we might be involved, or we could get involved in the discussion of how they see their club going. Because one of the biggest suggestions is they know that we don't seem to be able to get anybody below the age of 60 to join any of the clubs. And they really want the youth to join, and they reckon that there's a lot of interested youngsters about. So they were it's been suggested that they should start like a junior section, and the older members wouldn't get involved, only if they're invited to give some advice on how to do different things, but just let the juniors get on with it and do what they want. They in turn would allow the juniors to utilise the club equipment. So there might be a spare camera, spare editing, this, that and the other, which maybe we haven't got, but they have. And so they could encourage the youngsters to have a little go at doing different things, all on their own, without getting mixed up with the oldies. That's one suggestion. There's other ideas they've got as well. So it might be as well if we tap them to see what's coming up on that score.
They've got a good advantage of having a club room, haven't they?
Well, yeah, that does make a difference.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm sure when we join them, they will be talking as to whether we should link in with them, and I mean, as our numbers go down, it makes more and more sense to just link in a way with them.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit of a distance and it's a different night, but
I wouldn't go if it was at Wimborne.
yeah. I mean, bearing in mind that once we get with Pelhams again, it's going to be quite expensive. So we might have to decide whether we can stretch the time out a bit longer.
Whether we can afford to see it, Pelhams.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, if we had a monthly meeting to show all our films and then Zoom meetings in between to talk about things, that would help. The only thing is, I have a feeling if we said we wanted to do it monthly, they'd say, well, the price will have to go up because you're not a frequent user.
You just don't know, do you?
No.
If it's better for the club, if it's better for the club to join with Wimborne, and all the members in the club are happy to do it, well, then that's the way to go.
Well, I don't think we're entirely happy. That we've all got things that we like about just popping down to Kinston's. It's nice.
Yeah. But there's only, I think there's only 3 of our members that don't belong to Wimborne, aren't there?
Probably. Yeah. I must
I'm
admit,
one of them.
Oh, yes, okay, you're one. Colin and Jim, I think they're the only ones, aren't they? Oh,
Yeah.
and 3.
Yeah.
Barry was talking about he knew somebody with a big house. Some time ago, when we were talking about venues, he said he knew somebody with a big house and a big room. So perhaps we'll have to tap him up about that.
Yeah, it might be an alternative, mightn't it? So
Yeah. It would be nice to keep the Bournemouth Video Club going if we can.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I agree.
I think most people are happy how we're going at the moment, aren't they? Or,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think anybody disagrees.
It's a shame we haven't got Keith and
Well, of course, Keith's not on the internet.
No.
So that's the trouble, isn't it? So he can't join the Zoom meetings. And of course, with COVID, you can't have him around the house to sit with you.
No, it's trouble at the moment, isn't it? Yeah.
No, so you can't do that. So, so it's a very difficult time at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we're making the best of a bad job, I think, don't you?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, we've managed to sort of.
We're all watching films. Okay, so if they don't work every night, it doesn't matter, does it?
No, it's a learning curve, isn't it?
Learning curve, and we're chatting and with each other. So I think that's it's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Jim quite enjoys himself, doesn't he? He's come out.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
We've been doing.
And Bill seems to be showing his films and that as well.
Yeah, that's good.
Football, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's belonged to Wimborne for years. He's the one who sorts all the tea out and everything. He always throws me up. He said, you haven't done the tea for a little while. Perhaps you'll do the bingo. I said, say to him, is there anybody else in his club capable of calling numbers out?
Oh dear.
Yeah.
So I think we've got a programme together.
I think
yes, more or less. I've only got I haven't got anything for the 26th of May. Did I miss something?
No, because what you suggested was to find out what Wimborne was doing.
Yeah.
And if they come up with any, that's what you said.
Shall we leave that open for?
Didn't you, Pam? Didn't you suggest showing us some more of the Syria films that night?
Well, I just thought that it would give it was a break between the 2 competitions that were basically Music to My Video and the 60-second film, because I just thought it would be a break not to have any more competition or any more filming really from us as a group. and to do
Well-
either.
Yeah, we could have Syriac and members' night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have Syriac and members' night.
Yeah.
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 Because
Okay.
we haven't actually had a members' night as such, have we?
No.
No. So we put that as members' night and Syriac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can always change things. You know, we can always split the evening up if necessary, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody has such a lot to say to each other, and and we don't seem to get that time where we can. Whereas when you go to the venue, when you go to Pelham's, everybody talks before it starts, so you've all had
Right.
your chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not that's the nice thing about it, really, in a way that we can.
That is a big
Have a
part of
chat.
it, Colin.
Yeah.
Yeah, big
Mm.
part. Yeah.
Mm.
Sometimes I find it's a bit of a shame to watch the films.
It interrupts your talking, doesn't it? Yeah.
We'll go in the bar, shouldn't we?
That's we want to change it to Bournemouth Social Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before we do go, we do-
Besides being the video club, it is still a social side of it as well, isn't there?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I
that is what part of club is, isn't it? So
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well,
I've got, right, I purchased something. I don't know if you can see it. Wait a minute, let me get you around the right way.
That's it. You've got it upside down.
in a moment.
That's
No.
it. We've got the side of the box at the moment.
Oh, there you go.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
film scanner.
Film scanner.
All right.
right.
Right, now this,
Slides.
that will scan, films like that, the old
Yeah.
films.
35 mil.
It'll take the negatives and turn them into positive
Yeah.
and put them onto a USB
Yeah.
SD card.
Hmm.
It'll also put the slides onto an SD card.
Hmm.
So anybody who's got a lot of slides stuck in the corner, under the bed in a cupboard, who wants to put them onto a film, I've got the tool for doing it.
All right.
Ah.
Right.
Tell me, has when you put the slides in, how deep is the slot? Because when I was in New Zealand, we put all our slides, and I've got loads of them, into these special plastic containers
Yeah.
for the slides, so they wouldn't get damaged. And I've got an older version of what you've got there, but it doesn't take it. It doesn't take the plastic slides.
Well, this takes the plastic slides because I've got a lot of them.
Have
One
you?
plastic, yeah.
With the little cases that you put on top of your original slide.
Oh,
I can't show you because they're in the wardrobe.
Yeah, well, all those plastics or card surrounds, they're all a standard size. And so,
Yeah, but
you
the
know,
plastic ones are thicker.
it's a little bit thicker, but the actual size is the same, but it is a little bit thicker
Yeah.
with plastic, yeah.
that's
Mm.
is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no.
it.
Not yeah, but if you take the slide out of your case a minute, one of your slides, and is it in the cardboard? Is it round the cardboard, or has it got a plastic case that it goes in? Just slot one out.
Oh, I am.
No,
That's
it's
a
in the
card.
it's in the
Card.
cardboard sleeve. That's a cardboard sleeve. Well, mine are in
Plastic.
plastic. Yeah, that's a plastic one.
Plastic.
And they
Yeah.
go in all right, do they?
Yep.
Right. That's brilliant to know.
You put them in a little cassette and just slide them in, press the button, puts it onto a SD card.
Yeah.
That's as far as I've got because the computer packs up.
Oh no. Oh, that's brilliant that it takes those plastic ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the idea is obviously they'll go onto a disc.
Yeah.
So I spent a day doing that.
It's surprising how long those things take, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I've got a bag full, look.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my word. Now, have we finished winding up for the committee meeting?
I think we covered most of the things I wanted to tonight. Everybody happy? I said the only thing we've got to decide what we're going to show at Winbourne on 19th. Is there?
I've got.
How long a program would I expect?
Well, an hour if you want to do it or whatever.
Yeah.
What they are doing, they've got a list of people, and every night, every week, somebody is expected to spend an hour maximum of talking or showing their films. So I've got to do it in a few weeks' time. Show my films, but I mean, if somebody's only got a couple of films, then that's all they'll do.
Yeah.
I've got some show reels showing here. Show reels, no, up here, isn't it? Show reels, show reel.
Yeah.
I can take some films off of them, and we can show, unless anybody's got any other ideas.
Well, Dave, I've got some more of the club show reels that came from Peter.
Oh, right. Good.
So you tell me what dates you've got, and I can find some other dates, and I can look through some of the titles and maybe pick out some particular ones of interest.
Right. Okay.
So let me have the dates of your show reels, and I'll find others to match.
Let me show you now, actually. 2011, 2012, 2014, 2013. 13, 14, 11, 12.
Yeah, 11 to 14.
That's right, yeah. 11,
Yeah.
12. Clever, isn't he?
You tried to get me going when you did the dates round.
I was reading them sideways, trying to work it out. Yeah, that's what I've got.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll see what I've got. I'll have to put a star by that as well. Yeah. Okay.
That's providing to get all this working.
Yeah.
You will.
Now that's a point. Just without hanging on the meeting too long. Another thing that Wimborne has observed is that as people are getting older and a bit less able to sort of get to grips with the memory of how to do things, that the technology we use is getting more and more difficult to use. So we're on a double whammy here, because each time you get a computer upgrade or a software upgrade or an editing upgrade or whatever, and our memories are sort of finding it a little more difficult each time to actually handle it.
Well, yeah, because this computer I've just picked it up today. It's the modern all singing, all dancing one. It's got a 4 terabyte hard drive. So when I picked it up, I said to him, "There's no slot for an SD card." He says, "Well, nobody uses them anymore. You use it from the camera. Put the SD card in the camera and do it that way." I said, "Okay." I said, "What about the DVD burner and player? They don't put them in anymore," he said. I said, "What do they do then?" He said, "Oh, if they really want one," he said, "we use an external one, just plug it in."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I've sort of got this machine, but I can only sort of half use it.
Yeah.
I've got
one of the dangers, Dave, you try to put film in from your camera, and if it's anything like mine, the computer doesn't recognize anything, and you've got to use the camera maker software to load that in on top of what you've got. So it's not just like plug in an SD card reader. You've got to have all software and that to run it.
Yeah.
I use that for. No, I'll have to just take my background off a minute. Just bear with me. It doesn't show very easily when you've got a background to it. I use that for SD cards.
Yeah, card reader.
Card reader, yeah, I've got one of them.
USB like that.
Yeah. But I mean, that's something else, That's what he was saying. In laptops now, you don't even get DVD players, do you?
No, my daughter, when she got her new laptop, she no DVD player. She
So
just-
how do you load your software in if you don't want to do it over the internet?
Well, most of it now comes. Oh, here it is. It's got. That's what it is. Yeah, one of those.
That's the Apple one, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh well, see, each time you go to do something after a couple of years, you find that you can't do it anymore. You don't
I've
have,
got to stick with the old stuff or have a learning curve. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I've got all this, and I've got discs I kind of load on, and it's all. And because some of it you don't get a disc, do you? You just get a number, activating key.
is this a new PC he's got for you, or Dave?
Sorry?
Is this a new PC he's done for you?
Yeah, new PC. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought perhaps he was repairing your existing one.
Well, he said to do my one would be about £200 for an hard drive and sorting it out. And he did this one for $650, which has got Windows 10 on it, bigger hard drive, bigger processor, and everything else.
yeah.
So there was no real.
That was probably the way to go anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting, Dave, you said you got a terabyte of memory, because when Keith got his first little gadget for doing film editing, the ones he uses, and when he bought it, and it got 26 gigabytes on it, and he danced down the street, he said, "Oh, I got 26 gigabytes, wow." And now you're talking, oh yeah, I've got a terabyte.
No, this has got 4 terabyte.
4 terabyte. Oh, dear.
4 terabyte.
Go.
Well, so I'm gonna just leave
Okay.
now.
Nice to see you.
Very weary.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you all. I'm glad we got it all sorted. And we'll be in touch because it's the meeting again next week, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted, before I send out the Mac, I wanted to check that you were, whether we're going to go ahead with your meeting. So that's why I haven't sent a message out yet. But I will try and put that out tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Thanks, Colin.
Okay.
Anyway,
take care.
Bye.
And good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
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 Dave, as to a DVD drive, you've got that Blu-ray recorder. That would play as well, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I've already got a Blu-ray recorder and player in my one.
Yeah.
Well, he took out and put the old one and put in this one. But I don't think that'll burn ordinary DVDs, will it?
What?
Or play a Blu-ray one.
Sorry, the Blu-ray, a DVD should play in a Blu-ray, yes.
Oh. But it won't burn a normal disc, will it?
I don't know. I would
only burn a Blu-ray, I think.
I would thought it might even record play a recorded DVD as well. Depends what you, because you're in. It's really what you put into it, isn't it? Whether you put a Blu-ray disc or a DVD disc in. Surely it will do whatever disc you put in.
I'll try it. I've got 2 in there now anyway. But,
Obviously, a DVD recorder won't record a Blu-ray, but I think a Blu-ray recorder would do both.
Well, it plays both, so it should record both.
Recorder, yeah, but this is a burner.
Yeah, but
I am. Funny enough, it's a burner. It'll burn a Blu-ray disc.
Yeah.
For some reason, it won't play one.
No, not commercial ones, probably.
It won't even play the ones I burn on there.
Isn't it?
No.
I thought it would play.
But that might be something to do with something else. I don't know.
I thought it played ones you record. I know. Sometimes you can't always play on some of the drives. You can't always play a commercial one.
Yeah.
So if you want to leave it that you'll sort something out for Winborne, the Winborne programme.
Yeah, me and Max will sort that out. Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Rightio, Dave.
So we're going to have to give them presumably the YouTube links for them.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
Does that depend on whether you're getting your new machine up and running?
Yes, it does really.
Well, if you need any help, just let me know anyway.
Okay, we'll do.
We've obviously got the meeting next week anyway, haven't we?
Yeah.
But then we haven't got much time after that, really. We've only got 10 days after that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it'll be just a matter of sorting them out and putting them in order and then putting them into YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just an observation.
That takes a little while, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Just an observation, Dave. When you've got a brand new computer and it hasn't done anything, it doesn't know what you want, and it's got no cubby holes to put anything in. So you have to create everything. So everything you do, you've got to create something. And quite often, you know, when I've changed my computer, I spend the first week trying to do things, and I think, well, the old one worked. Why don't this one work? But you've got to find out ways of telling it what to do. Once you've done it, it remembers, and it gradually hones in on the way you work, and it works with you. But it's a job to get them off the ground, isn't it?
I've been all afternoon and I've only got my emails.
And the other thing, do you know, you've got this big hard drive, but has it got a solid state drive in there for all your software? Because a lot of these new computers, but they put what they do is they put a solid state drive, because they're expensive. They don't they're not very big. They might only be 30 gigabyte, but it's enough to run your Windows and all your software. But it's ultra fast. It's like lightning. So when you start it up, it's almost ready as you press the button, because it's all on this solid state thing, and it will never go wrong. So you never lose your program. You never lose your programs. What you might lose is your data you put in.
Oh, no.
And I'll tell you why I say that is because about a year ago, Janice, who I used to help, she bought a new computer from this place at Christchurch, and she was having a job to run Pinnacle to do things. And I said I'd go over and have a look, because I tried to do it over the phone, and whatever I said, she says, well, it doesn't tell me this, it doesn't tell me that. Because I said, go into, how many drives has it got for a start? I said, go into my computer and see if you've got a C drive and another drive. And she couldn't really give me all sorts of answers. And then this wouldn't work and that didn't work. And when I went over there and had a look, I said, I don't understand it. I said, every time I go in to try and find your list of programs, I can't find anything. But I said, the computer's running. And what they've done is they put one of these solid state things in it, which is the way they're going. And eventually, I think they'll all be solid state drives, because they don't go wrong really, and they're so much faster. But as soon as they bring the price down, and they're getting bigger and bigger all the time.
Yeah. I don't think it's got solid state in it.
Well, the last time I got a quote, which is probably about 9 months ago for a new computer, that was going to have these. It was only just a reasonable price computer, but that had got a solid state drive in as well for the software.
We might have. I can always.
Yeah, because it's as well to know, Dave, because if you start to find problems, that might be what it is. Because, you know, if you look into it and say, well, I don't know where my Windows 10 is because I can't find it anywhere. It's because it's hidden away in one of these other drive things.
Yeah.
So what happened to your old PC then, Dave?
Do what?
What happened to your old PC? Did it crash then, or?
Yeah, I decided in my wisdom I'd upgrade to Windows 10.
Yeah.
It's working all right. I mean, it used to take 10 minutes to start up. So I thought I'd go to Windows 10. So I did the upgrade as I thought.
Well, that's right. I remember you saying, yeah.
And I got all sorts of things on the screen. So then it said I could go back to Windows 7. So I pressed that button and it all went AWOL and it went all blank. It didn't start up or anything.
Oh. Mm.
So yeah.
Mm.
Could the guy not presume did the guy have your old computer then, or?
Yeah, I took it up to him.
Yeah.
It's
Could
the
he
guy
not
that Wimborne
Could he
uses.
not copy your documents onto the new one?
No, he said the hard drives had it. He couldn't do anything with it.
All right.
Barry, funny enough, Barry's one went wrong the day before or the week before, and he took it to this bloke in Wimborne.
Yeah.
And the day after, mine went wrong.
Yeah.
So I take his up, so I took mine up. We both took them up together.
Yeah.
So his one will be ready tomorrow.
All right. I did wonder about Barry. Yeah. Yeah.
He won't. He'll be in the same state as me tomorrow. He'll still be.
He's having a new one as well, is he?
Yeah, he won't be on his new one. He's in the same trouble as me.
Yeah. I think I was lucky in a way. About 3 or 4 years ago, there was I wouldn't say a power cut. There was a flashover or something down the road, and I got my computer on sleep, and that did something, and I couldn't start the computer up after that. And try as I might, it just kept trying, but it wouldn't actually fire up and start to run. So I took it in, and he said, your hard drives had it. So I said, well, let me have all the bits back, and I'll have another computer. But I put the hard drive in a caddy, and I thought, well, I'm going to take a chance. And I plugged it through on a USB from this caddy, and I could see everything on the old hard drive. I didn't need to start up because the computer was already running. And it was only the start-up bit that was missing. It had scrambled that or something.
Oh, right.
Probably the BIOS bit, Anyway, so I thought I'd lost all my data. And when I went in, I got all my films, all my slides, all the Word and everything, and I just transferred it across. But I wouldn't advise doing that without somebody say so, because you don't want to put some duff information in and scramble your new hard drive.
Yeah, well, Barry's one's going to be a bit longer because he's got all the stuff off his hard drive.
Right.
Yeah. Clone Barry's hard drive and put it on the new one.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I couldn't, you see.
Yeah.
Because when we were at university, we used to do that, like use a caddy to copy things over, or we used to run recovery programs. There's some recovery programs you can have that try and recover, like a damaged hard drive.
Yes.
It doesn't always work, but it's a way of trying to get some of the old information back again.
Yeah. Well, anything you can get is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay, folks. I'll get the minutes typed up and circulated as usual.
Yep. Good.
Yeah.
And I shall try to get onto the website.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll say meeting finished at 9:25.
Well, the actual I got a 9:10 was the when the committee finished. We've had a chit chat since then.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
I closed it when Pam went.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Then.
I should record it, Max, if you want any, want to know anything at all. Anyway, what we discussed.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Just in case, then I'll call you. Okay.
Right.
Right. Good night, then all.
Good night, all.
So we'll see you next week.
Oh yes.
All right.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming.